Yeah.
Let's bring in Dan Bongino, Fox News contributor and author of Exonerated, the failed takedown of President Donald Trump by the swamp. Mr. Bongino, as Casey was just talking about enthusiasm, when you go out and if you attend any of the Democrats or Democrat socialist rallies, Bernie by far is the one who has got the most excitement, and he appears to be unstoppable as the front runner right now, unless something happens with Joe Biden after the big win on Saturday in South Carolina.
Yeah, I agree, Steve. There's a lot to really unpack there. There's so much here. I think Bernie is unstoppable for a number of reasons. Listen, it's pure math at this point.
Yep.
You need roughly 1991 delegates to win. Yeah, so Bernie right now is ahead in California, which has this prize of over 400 delegates. This is obviously a math equation at this point. Here's the problem I see, though, for the others in the field. In any race, right, any presidential race nationally, and I don't want to just kind of put it in a box, but when you look at it historically, especially over the last few decades, you see these three lanes emerging: an outsider lane, an establishment lane, and a radical lane. The problem in this race is the guy who was running as the outsider, Buttigieg, who never really kind of grasped that label, is now out. So you say to yourself, well, where do they go? Well, are they going to go to Biden? I'm not really sure. Now, when you look at the safe pick establishment lane, the vote is split. You're going to have Bloomberg jumping in the race on Super Tuesday, and now you have Biden there. Bernie doesn't have that issue with the vote splitting that Biden and Bloomberg do. He would have had it with Warren if she was putting on a more formidable front, but she isn't. So again, it becomes simple fractions and simple math. I don't see anyone stopping Bernie. Can I say one more thing? I was in a local restaurant this weekend down in Florida, and the guy who owns it's a very nice guy, political, not overly political, but he looked me in the face. I'm not making this up. This is one of those BS stories for TV. And he said to me, I can't believe this. I cannot believe we're talking about socialism in this country right now. And Bernie Sanders, he was genuinely shocked to look in his face.
So here's the thing, Dan, and Mo Alifi brought this up over the weekend on Fox News Sunday. Bloomberg got into the race because he didn't think Bernie Sanders can beat Trump. And he wanted to be the one to beat him. But his presence in this race is stopping Biden more than it is Bernie. He's actually backstopping Bernie by being there because any Bloomberg vote, more than likely, is being taken now away from Joe Biden.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. You have to ask yourself, are Bloomberg Biden voters going to go over and vote for Bernie? I don't know. I'm not sure. But Bloomberg is serving at this point, at least, and granted, we haven't seen him on a ballot yet. But having said that, Bloomberg is serving only as a spoiler. You know, you have to remember, guys, a lot of these states have these plurality votes where the delegates are split up according to the percentage. It's not a winner take all. No. That's a big problem. All of a sudden, you have Biden who's splitting the vote with a significant candidate in Bloomberg with, bottomless pockets who's doing serious damage. I saw one interesting thing on Twitter, though, and we'll see if it stands. I saw from one of the political analysts on the left that Bloomberg doesn't have any scheduled media buys past Super Tuesday. So what does that say to you? Says that he's got all his, all his coins in that piggy bank right there, and if he doesn't do well, he may dump. But at that point, if he drops out, what's the purpose? Again, Super Tuesdays, where all the prizes are, he's already may have done catastrophic damage to Biden's campaign.
And remember when Buttigieg said he's the only Democrat on the stage? I think his votes are going to go to Joe Biden. I think Klobuchar's votes would go to Biden.
But why wouldn't he say that?
Elizabeth Warren, I think, would go to Bernie. Why would he say that?
But Ainsley, what I don't get is if Pete Buttigieg was going to do what he did, and that's drop out, why wouldn't he use that same time to endorse Biden when he had the most power? He's letting another day go by. Unless he's going to have a joint press conference today, he just dropped out and didn't use any type of leverage that he had.
Yeah, and another thing interesting about Buttigieg, Brian, he had just put out, literally, not figuratively, just put out this memo to his supporters laying out his potential path to victory. He had just done this.
I know, it's
like,
weird.
what
So
a
do you think's
slap in
going
the
on
face
there?
to your supporters. What's that? I think something there were. Listen, I don't want to make allegations on, especially that I can't support. I'm just saying it's not unheard of in politics in the past for backroom deals. I'm not suggesting anything remotely illegal. I'm just saying, hey, you want a spot in our administration? It's happened in the past. Did it happen here? I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but it has happened in the past, and it seems quite odd that he had this memo go out there, and then all of a sudden, see you later. I'm gone. I'm out of here.
Politics.
It is indeed.
Thanks,
All right. Dan Bongino, live from Florida. Thank you, sir.